Last evening, a severe three-car collision left the Mitchell Expressway closed for most of the night.
The collision has left one Fairbanks resident with life-threatening injuries and all three of the vehicles involved completely destroyed. We have details now in this report. At the scene of the incident, paramedics attempted to remove 36-year-old Wyatt Hurlbut from his Explorer as he was reportedly going in and out of consciousness. According to the affidavit, Wyatt is in critical condition with brain damage and will require, quote, extensive cosmetic surgery to repair his face.
The driver of the Ford Explorer sustained life-threatening injuries. He was initially taken to the Fairbanks Memorial Hospital before being transported to Anchorage for further treatment.
A third vehicle was involved in the incident, a minivan driven by a Fairbanks woman. Although she reported no injuries, her vehicle was destroyed by the impact. Witnesses at the scene also reported that Lynott, the driver of the truck, attempted to steal another car and was stopped by troopers. He was later taken to the hospital by ambulance, where he jumped out of the ambulance and took off on foot.
Troopers were able to track him down, though, a couple of blocks away. Ultimately, Mr. Lynott was found to have a felony warrant out against him, so he was taken into custody on that charge.
After investigation, troopers say that the vehicle he was driving was reported stolen earlier that day. Troopers also reported he used a false identity of Kenneth Vaughn, complete with ID. After troopers made contact with Lynott, he was arrested and taken to Fairbanks Correctional Center without bail.
The truck that was involved in this T-bone collision was actually reported stolen from a Fairbanks resident earlier in the day.
That resident spoke to the news center regarding his stolen truck. He said after speaking with troopers, he was told they located his vehicle, but it had been involved in a serious collision.
Then he told me that my truck had been in a really bad accident. The first question I asked him is if anybody had been hurt. It stinks having something that you work so hard for taken from you, by somebody who doesn't want to work for their stuff. But
the Mitchell Expressway was shut down at the intersection into most of the night last evening.
Because it was a major injury collision with one person having potentially life-threatening injuries, troopers did close down the intersection so they could do what's called total stations. It's where we map the scene, and that process does take some time.
As for Lynott, he was arraigned today in Fairbanks District Court, where he pleaded not guilty to multiple charges, including first-degree felony assault, third-degree felony assault, and vehicle theft. Stephanie Woodard, News Center 11.